Hi everyone, and welcome back to my Lilac Hill. In today's video, I am just saying a bittersweet goodbye to a house that meant so much to me and my son. And this is the first house that we rented together after I became a single mom. And this is kind of the house that we both learned to stand on our own 2 feet again. So it meant a lot to me. And while I am so excited to be living this new chapter of my life, it is a little bit bittersweet because I did have to say goodbye to this house. Well, kind of. I'll get into that here in a little while. We had so many memories in this house, from Miles experiencing snow for the first time, to my dog Murphy experiencing snow and being able to run free and not be on a leash like he had to be when we lived in a neighborhood, and so many other memories. But I just wanted to make a video montage more as like a digital scrapbook for myself and for Miles to remember this house that meant so much to us. This was one of my most favorite days. It was one of the very first spring days. We moved in the end of the year, end of December of 2022, and so that first spring day where it was nice and sunny, Miles and I spent so much time outside and just had a blast being able to run and play and not be confined to a subdivision style yard. I also bought my first riding lawnmower, and so Miles really enjoyed getting to sit on that. I did not let him ride on it, of course, because he was only 2 years old, but he did have fun sitting on it and pretending. And then, of course, this was my very first garden, which some of you don't know this because you haven't followed me, but the landlord I was renting this property from is now my husband. So kind of how it all started was he knew that I was really into gardening and offered to till my garden for me, and we just became really good friends and led to a relationship. And then of course we did get married after that. So that was the first garden that he tilled for me at this property. Yeah. And this was the photo shoot that we did to just kind of have a fresh start together and symbolize that we were ready to take on new adventures. Miles is such a good helper. He loves helping with the yard work and in the garden. And my parents bought him this little truck for Christmas, and he has just really loved it. Of course, now he's almost 4 years old, and so he knows how to drive it really, really well. But this was his first time really getting to test it out. And there's Kyle taking Miles on the tractor for his very first time ever riding on a tractor, and the two of them have been best buddies ever since. This is Miles dancing underneath my cucumber trellis. One of his favorite things to do was help me pick the zucchini and the cucumbers. And these are some of the wildflower bouquets that Kyle would surprise me and pick while he was doing his morning chores and leave them on my doorstep. I worked from home, so he would just leave them on the doorstep and text me and tell me when I had a moment to check them. This was actually one of our date nights, and we just decided to prop up a camera and take a video and take some screenshots from that video, and there's some of my favorite pictures. The date night we did was just a canvas painting. We pulled up a YouTube tutorial and did it at home instead of going somewhere else to do it. And this was saying goodbye to my first garden at that property as fall was approaching, and I took a lot of pictures of the sunsets at this property because they were just simply stunning, and these pictures really don't do them justice. I am going to miss these sunsets, that's for sure. I also really loved that this property had a half-mile long driveway, and so we never had to worry about Miles with cars or being too close to the road. It was really nice. And now I think it's getting ready for Christmas. We're just kind of decorating, and I thought that the house looked so cute and charming after I had all the decorations up, and a lot of them were passed down and family heirloom type decorations, so it was just really nice. And it was Miles and I's first Christmas in that home, and we had a blast decorating our tree together. It was also the first Christmas that I spent with Kyle, and it was definitely one for the memory books. And this was when Miles turned 3. Kyle stopped by before we went to daycare and told him happy birthday. And then, of course, I got engaged, and of course now we're married, but he proposed to me in that house, so that's just another memory. That house will always be special to me. And I mentioned earlier that I don't technically have to say goodbye because, well, I married the landlord, and so now I guess by marriage I'm also a landlord and a homeowner of that house. And on top of that, Kyle's sister and her husband and their 2 kids, they moved into that house. And so now my sister and brother-in-law and my 2 nieces, they get to experience all of the joy that this house brought to me and Miles. And I'm so excited that my 2 nieces will get to grow up there. And here I am cleaning and getting the house ready after we started moving out so that they could all move in and start making their memories together. And so I just wanted to put this video together mostly for me to use later to show Miles the house and see if he remembers it. He was almost 2 when we moved in, and he was 3.5, almost going on 4 when we moved out. So I'm just curious as he gets older if he'll have memories of this house. And so I wanted to make this video and really just wanted to pass the torch, and so excited for our family that gets to live there now. And so, like I said, it's not really goodbye forever, but it is just kind of a bittersweet moment because I'm very, very excited about my new chapter in life, but also it was a little difficult and emotional to close this one. So thank you all so much for watching. We will be back to our regularly scheduled homesteading content here soon, and I will also be doing a tour of the new house and showing you our new beginning as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.